Hey guys! So I've been getting a lot of asks on my Tumblr recently of the same pretty much basic question, so I thought I would talk about that a bit today. Let's do it. Let's have a blast. Let me just break down this hypothetical scenario for you for a hot second. Basically, person A likes person B in a maybe I kinda sorta like you and might want to put my face on your face way. But person A doesn't know what person B's feelings for them are, and this leads to a lot of anxiety. Let's just get in real close for a second. This was basically my entire high school experience. There have been so many times in my life where I have liked someone and I have no idea whether or not they like me, and it has almost paralyzed me, and I just do nothing and I end up missing out on something that could have maybe possibly have been. My basic philosophy in hindsight, which according to the cliche is in fact 2020, is that you don't know unless you know. Yeah, for sure, there are a lot of subtle and non-verbal cues that can kind of let you know whether or not a person likes you. For example, like if they're showing a genuine interest in your life and the quality of your life and how you're doing as a person, that's a pretty good indicator that they want to be involved in your life, and that's a pretty cool thing. But like I said, oftentimes they're subtle and not directly verbal about their feelings towards you, and that can be really difficult for those who are bad at picking up on these cues, which I'm getting better, but in my history I've been terrible at picking up on these cues. So here's my advice in this situation. Go direct. Just straight up ask this person or tell them how you feel about them. I think we live in a bit of a different time now with social media and text communication where like we're talking to people all the time, but like we avoid talking to them. Like I'm always talking to people constantly, but I'm not really talking to them. Like it's more just like I'm updating you on my life in a way. It's not like I'm showing you who I am in this moment, and there's still definitely opportunities to do that with things like Skype, with phone calls, other things of that nature. But I think the main problem with what that leads to is just a general lack of knowing where someone's head is in a given moment, because it is really hard to read into that if you're just reading off a phone words. It's really tough, and I completely understand the anxiety that comes with asking someone out. That is like one of the scariest things, to open yourself up to the possibility of rejection. But like, that's the worst case scenario, is that this person says, no, I don't like you in that way, which if you think about in the grand scheme of your life, ain't that bad of a thing. In general, I think it's really important to express your feelings if you're feeling them, because if you keep them inside of you, oftentimes they get amplified, and sometimes they eat at you completely until there's barely anything left of you as a person to give. And that's for sure definitely true of like bad feelings, like sadness, like anger, things like that, but it's definitely also true of positive things as well. If you don't allow yourself to express things like joy or having a crush on someone, it's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna eat at you inside, because feelings are there to be felt. You're supposed to feel them. That's why they're called feelings. That's why they're emotions. That's why they happen, because they're supposed to be felt in an honest way. And especially when it comes to sharing how you feel about another person. Like I said, the worst possible case scenario in this situation is that that person says, I don't like you in that way. A very wise sage and definitely big influence in my life, Mike Falzone, the YouTuber, if you don't know who he is, definitely check him out. He told me something at VidCon, and it relates to this, but it also relates to just like life in general. We were talking about sort of my future plans to eventually ship out to LA and try to do this as my life, and he said something along the lines of, there's always a million reasons not to do something, you just gotta find that one reason to do it and jump. But it's definitely true. There's always reasons to not go for something, to not tell someone how you feel, to not pursue something that you believe in or that you want. There's always reasons not to. And in this case of trying to find out whether or not somebody likes you, you can be scared of rejection, you can be scared of losing something, but if you hold on to maybe the slimmer of hope that this person likes you, and you jump, and you go for it, it might just pay off. And it can't pay off unless you jump, unless you take that initiative. There's no possible way it can succeed. You can't just sit around and wait for good things to happen to you. That's not how good things work. You gotta go for them. You gotta make them happen. You gotta work for it, and you gotta jump and take a few risks here and there. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that, though. If you have any thoughts on the matter, or any experiences on the matter, definitely provide them in the comments. I'm sure people will be reading them. I'll be reading them myself, and that'd just be fantastic. But as always, I'm AConMann. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys on Monday. So I'm at my beach house right now. That's why we're in a different location. That's why my face is a little bit pink, because I've been sitting on a beach all day. Isn't that fun? But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. This was fun. I did a flip to start the video. I think more videos should start with flips. I enjoyed it. It made this video enjoyable for me. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye!